I'm back! And with a new section. Hello guys and welcome to Ring Royalty. My name is Alexis, as you already know, and today I am bringing you a new section into the channel. This video is not a talk, it would only be a list of 7 things that I find curious facts. Hopefully they're curious for you too. Anyways, in this first video I decided to talk about 7 women who only got one title opportunity in all their careers. Now let's make something clear. I am not counting tag team championships or tag team championships opportunities for that matter. We're only going to talk about single runs, single competitors. And that is why I've chosen 7 women who suffer from this. Without any further to say, let's start with the video. Let's start this video talking about some active women. Women that could actually change this record of only one title match in their career. And the first one will be Dana Brooke. There you go, Dana. Dana Brooke has been a part of WWE for over 5 years now. She has been part of every brand WWE has to offer, NXT, Raw and SmackDown, yet she had only had one women's championship opportunity during all this time. We know that main eventer players are not synonyms of Dana Brooke, but I feel like she deserved better. Her only title match would come in March 2019. After cutting one of the best promos of her life, she got beat up by Ronda Rousey, and for some reason that beatdown actually earned her a championship match the week after. She would challenge Ronda for the Raw Women's Championship, losing in under a minute to the ex-MMA wrestler and being defeated by an armbar. It is so sad to think that her only championship match was a squash match where the only offense that she got was a slap. But then again, we're talking about Ronda Rousey. She was untouchable until WrestleMania. So I completely get that Dana Brooke didn't stand a chance, but it is so sad to think that this was her only opportunity to become champion. She deserves so much better. She has just been drafted one more time to Raw, so hopefully things would brighten up now that we have shaked things up in the women's division after the draft. Another current superstar that is really suffering on the main roster and had only got one title match in her career would be Miyoung. Miyoung, who has been MIA ever since she joined the main roster because joining Retribution was definitely a terrible move for her, didn't seem to catch a break ever since she became a member of the Raw roster. She's still on Raw after the draft, so I'm quite worried. But back at NXT, she was really beloved by the fans and she had many different opportunities and high-profile matches. The only title match that she got would come at NXT TakeOver Toronto in 2019, where she would challenge Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. The match was quite sloppy, I have to admit, which is weird because both performers were really good at what they do, but I don't know what happened. I guess it was just a bad day. And maybe that is why Miyoung never got another title opportunity in NXT, let alone WWE. Miyoung was submitted after a triangle choke by Shayna, and we would never see her near the goal again. Such an unfortunate situation because if you think about it, Miyoung is such a great performer that it's so sad to see her wasted like this. But then again, she's still there, so maybe if we're hopeful, things would change for her in the near future. Who knows? Let's switch up things a little bit more and let's talk about women who are not part of WWE anymore, because the third one in this list will be Billie Kay. Billie Kay was one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Peyton Royce, the Iconics, and they won the championships in the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. We all remember how their championship reign flopped so much because of the terrible booking. Then again, this is not the topic of this video. Believe it or not, Billie Kay had one championship opportunity as a singles competitor, but it came in NXT, not during her main roster time. It would happen at NXT TakeOver San Antonio 2017, where she would face fellow Iconic member Peyton Royce, Nikki Cross, and Asuka in a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. It looked for a moment that one of the Iconics would win the championship, but it didn't happen, and ultimately it would be Asuka the one retaining her championship after pinning Peyton Royce for the 1-2-3. We have to admit that Billie was always in Peyton's shadow, and that's why many people didn't really see her as a singles competitor. I think she really did the best she could with what she was given during her singles run on SmackDown, even though she was considered a comedy character. but we never know what's gonna happen in the future. Maybe not in WWE, but in some other company we might see Billie Kay, or in this case Jessie McKay, as champion one day. So let's keep our fingers crossed, maybe one day we will see her as a singles champion. Knowing that Jessie McKay is one of the hottest free agents in women's wrestling today, we have to move to another hot free agent, and that will be Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan was part of Impact Wrestling for over 4 years, and it's so surprising that her only singles title match happened only in her second match as a member of the Knockouts roster. It would go down in February 2018 when she would challenge Laura Van Ness for the Knockouts Championship. It was obvious that she was not going to win the championships since she defeated the champion in a non-title match in her debut. It would definitely be way too rushed if she won the championship on her second match ever on Impact. I am so glad it didn't happen, but what I didn't count on was that she will not receive any other title opportunities for singles championship, in this case for the Knockouts Championship, ever again. I don't know what happened there. We know that she accomplished so much along with Tasha Steelz in the Knockouts Tag Team division, but Kiera Hogan was always one of the most popular Knockouts on the roster. She was a prominent figure for years, so I'm really surprised that she never got another championship opportunity. I think she would have been a very interesting champion, but to become a champion, the first thing you need are title matches, and that's something that she didn't get, so it couldn't happen that way. Let's stay in Impact for a bit, because the next knockout or former knockout that I want to talk about is Lady Tapa. Tapa was presented to us as a dominant force that could eradicate any knockout that stepped in her way, until she became Gail Kim's bodyguard. She was presented as a main eventer, but definitely she was too green for that. And that's why she just fell short in this push, and they decided to make Lady Tapa a bodyguard instead of a main event player. When her alliance with Gail Kim was done and she lost a singles match against her the following week, she will be released from the company because they had absolutely no more plans for her, and they realized that she wouldn't survive in the Knockouts division as a singles competitor because of the lack of wrestling ability and experience. What is funny though is that she did get one championship opportunity for the Knockouts title, but it wasn't while she was an official member of the Knockouts roster. It would happen in September 2015 when we had this weird interaction or rivalry between Impact Wrestling and GFW. It's a company that doesn't exist anymore, just in case you didn't know, where Tapa will represent GFW and participate in a fatal 4-way match for the Knockouts Championship against Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, and Brooke. Brooke would come into the match as the champion, and Gail would go out of the match as the new Knockouts champion. And Tapa was completely ignored. She didn't win, she didn't lose, she was just there. I am not mad about this one because she really didn't have enough talent or enough skills back then to become a champion. But then again, I just find it funny that she got the title shot when she was not part of Impact Wrestling anymore. But I mean, choices. And let's go back to WWE and non-active wrestlers, because probably the most popular one on this list and the one that was a crime that never got more than one title opportunity, and you would agree with me, is Torrie Wilson. Torrie's situation is so sad because if you've seen her interview with Diaz from Ring the Bell, love you Diaz, she didn't even remember she got a women's championship match, and probably most fans are not even aware that match existed because it was completely random. It happened on SmackDown right after Torrie won the Golden Thong Award. The champion at the time, Molly Holly, would interrupt a beach photo shoot from Torrie and challenge her to a women's championship match on SmackDown. It was completely random, the match didn't even last 5 minutes, and Torrie would obviously be defeated because there was absolutely no build-up, and Torrie didn't really look like a threat to Molly back then. I know Torrie probably was never the best wrestler, but she was so charismatic and the crowd loved her so much that they could have done amazing things with Torrie Wilson as women's champion. For me, this is the woman that deserved not only more title shots, but a title reign, and that's something that she never got. Rumor has it that she was supposed to be the first ever Divas champion. It never happened because of her back injury, but it's so unfortunate that we couldn't see the lovely Torrie Wilson, Hall of Famer now, as a champion in WWE. Torrie Wilson is such a legendary woman and one of the most beloved superstars in WWE ever. But another very popular superstar back in the day, and that is the 7th woman in this list, Christy Hemme. The 2004 Raw Diva Search winner, Christy Hemme, was definitely one of the most popular superstar and charismatic ones in the women's roster back in 2004. Right after she won the contest, she posed for Playboy, and that gave her the Playboy push, and that's why she faced Trish Stratus in her only championship match at WWE, but it was in the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 21. Definitely out of this list, Christy Hemme had the most relevant and important title match of them all. Christy Hemme got the chance to face one of the greatest, if not the greatest women's champion ever in Trish. She was managed by Lita, and it was in WrestleMania. What else can you ask for? We wouldn't really anticipate that Christy's career after that wouldn't last long, as she would be released not even a year after that happened. Then again, we have to highlight how awesome it was for Christy Hemme to have this moment. Christy was so good at what she did. She wasn't the best wrestler because she was learning, but at the same time she was putting some effort, she was taking bumps, and she was really trying to get good on the mic. Having the crowd behind you is also a great motivating factor, so I think Christy Hemme was the whole package. Later we would see in TNA what she could do as a more experienced wrestler. I was loving her time as a TNA knockout. I am not counting obviously her Knockouts Championship matches, we're sticking with her WWE career. This title match was really memorable, but at the same time that's all that she got. That would be the highlight of Christy's career in WWE. So this was the list of 7 women who only got one title opportunity during their career. Now let me know down in the comments if you knew all of them, because this was sort of like a trivia video, and if you would like to see some other videos like this. I even got this lovely board. I printed everyone with colors this time because money is increasing. And share your thoughts about all of these wrestlers' career. In your opinion, who is the one that deserves to have more women's championship matches? If not all of them. Can you believe Eva Marie actually got more title opportunities than these 7? Yeah, I know, right? It's unbelievable. This will be it for this video. My name is Alexis, as you already know. Here is my Instagram if you want to contact me or anything, and I will see you guys pretty soon with new content and fresh ideas. Stay safe.